Good evening, everyone, and welcome your ultimate source for all the most sensational, heartfelt, and unforgettable stories from the world of entertainment. And tonight we bring you an exclusive, in-depth report that is sure to tug at your heartstrings and evoke a flood of memories. This is a story about legacy, family, and the passage of time. A story about saying goodbye to a place that has been so much more than just a studio. It has been a home, a sanctuary, and a piece of television history. After 37 incredible years at 7 Lincoln Square on the Upper West Side, the beloved Live with Kelly and Mark has filmed its final episode in that iconic studio before moving to its new downtown home. Tonight, we take you on a journey through the memories, the emotions, and the incredible legacy of a space that has witnessed decades of television magic, countless heartwarming moments, and the personal milestones of two of our favorite hosts, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. So sit back, grab your tissues, and join me as we dive into the bittersweet farewell of a legendary studio, a place where our kids grew up here, where live TV was redefined, and where memories were made that will last a lifetime. This is the Celebrity Controversy Chronicle with Brandon Steele. Let's get started. For 37 years, 7 Lincoln Square at 67th Street and Columbus Avenue has been more than just a building. It has been the heart and soul of Live with Kelly and Mark. From the early days of Live with Regis and Kathy Lee to the modern era with Kelly Ripa, who joined the show in 2001 and later alongside her husband Mark Consuelos, this studio has been the backdrop for decades of unforgettable television moments. Over the years, this space has seen the evolution of live television. It has witnessed the laughter, tears, controversies, and triumphs of its hosts and guests alike. The walls of 7 Lincoln Square have absorbed the energy of every live broadcast, every joke shared, every heartfelt conversation, and every celebratory moment. And as the show prepares to leave this cherished location behind, there is a profound sense of nostalgia and gratitude in the air. Mark Consuelos recently told people in an emotional interview, "Our kids grew up here." These words resonate deeply with fans and insiders alike as they capture the intimate connection that the hosts and their families have formed with this space. For Kelly Ripa, this studio wasn't just a workplace. It was a second home, a place where her children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, were a constant part of the everyday magic of live television. As we celebrate this legacy tonight, we remember that behind every live broadcast and every captivating moment on screen, there's a history, a tapestry of memories that define who we are and what we hold dear. This farewell is not just a goodbye to an address. It's a heartfelt tribute to a living piece of television history, a home where laughter, love, and the art of live broadcasting thrived. The final day at 7 Lincoln Square was filled with a mixture of excitement for the future and bittersweet sorrow for the past. On the set of Live with Kelly and Mark, the atmosphere was electric yet deeply emotional. As the cameras rolled for the last episode in that iconic space, both Kelly and Mark couldn't help but reflect on the years that had passed. Kelly Ripa recalled, "They would come to work with me every day until they went to school. We meant when we say they grew up in this building, in these four walls." Her words paint a vivid picture of a time when bringing your children to work was not just acceptable, but cherished, a testament to a more family-oriented era in live television. For Mark Consuelos, the studio holds an even more personal significance. In a tearful moment captured by People, he explained how the studio was not only a backdrop for work, but a place where some of their closest friends were made. "Some of our closest friends are people that work here," he said, adding that his children even formed text chains with the staff. This is a family that truly grew up in this environment, a family for whom the studio was as much a part of their identity as their on-screen success. The farewell was peppered with stories that tug at the heart. From behind-the-scenes moments where Kelly would share a laugh with the crew to the time when Mark and Kelly's unexpected reunion on set rekindled their romance, every anecdote underscored the profound impact that 7 Lincoln Square had on their lives. The studio was a crucible of creativity and a sanctuary where the pressures of live TV were softened by the warmth of family and friendship. Let's take a nostalgic journey through the history of this legendary studio. The studio at 7 Lincoln Square has been home to Live for nearly 4 decades, witnessing the evolution of morning television from the golden era of Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford to the dynamic duo of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. In the early days, Regis and Kathy Lee set the standard for engagement engaging, spontaneous live television, captivating audiences with their charm, humor, and unfiltered interactions. Over time, the show evolved, and new hosts brought their unique flair. Kelly Ripa, who joined in 2001, brought a modern, energetic vibe that resonated with viewers and transformed the show into a cultural phenomenon. Following Regis's departure and a period of transition, Mark Consuelos eventually joined Kelly, and together they formed a partnership that not only redefined live TV, but also created an enduring legacy that would be cherished by millions. For over 37 years, this studio was more than just a physical location. It was a home where history was made, where groundbreaking interviews were conducted, and where countless memorable moments unfolded. It was a space where the magic of live television came to life, where the unpredictable nature of the show always kept viewers coming back for more. And now, as the show prepares to move to its new downtown home, the memories etched into the walls of 7 Lincoln Square will forever be part of the fabric of television history. For Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, the connection to the studio runs deep because it is intertwined with their personal lives. Both hosts have shared that their children not only grew up in this environment, but also became part of the extended live family. Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, each one growing up amidst the hustle and bustle of a live broadcast, formed bonds with the staff and even with fellow cast members. Kelly recalled how her children would accompany her to work, visit the set, and even attend All My Children events with her. "They would go to All My Children with me. They would come here with me," she said, emphasizing that the studio was not just a workplace, but a place where life unfolded in all its beautiful chaos. Mark Consuelos also spoke fondly of the studio, highlighting how some of their closest friends were made among the staff. He mentioned that the children had text chains with the producers and other on-set moms, small, everyday interactions that created lasting relationships. These personal connections are a vital part of the legacy of live, making the farewell even more poignant. On the final day of filming at 7 Lincoln Square, emotions ran high. The farewell episode was a blend of laughter, tears, and heartfelt goodbyes. In a particularly emotional moment, a very ill dog on set and a moving performance sent Kelly Ripa to tears, a scene that resonated with every viewer who has ever experienced the bittersweet nature of goodbye. It wasn't just the on-screen moments that were emotional. The entire atmosphere was charged with nostalgia and gratitude. Behind the cameras, crew members shared stories of long-standing relationships, while hosts recalled the early days of the show when everything was simpler and the magic of live TV was raw and unpredictable. For Mark Consuelos, the farewell was equally touching. He reminisced about the times when, as a young man, he struggled to balance his career and personal life, a balance that was made possible by the supportive environment at Leave. "Our kids grew up here," he said, encapsulating the deep familial connection that makes this farewell so much more than just a change of location. The emotional impact of the farewell episode is a testament to the power of live television, a medium that captures real moments, genuine emotions, and the unpredictable beauty of life as it happens. As fans watch the final episode and reflect on the legacy of 7 Lincoln Square, they are reminded that while the physical space may change, the memories, friendships, and bonds forged there will last forever. As one chapter closes, another begins. With the final episode at 7 Lincoln Square now behind them, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are preparing to move to a new studio, a modern downtown home that promises new opportunities and fresh beginnings. While the move marks the end of an era, it also represents a chance for the show to evolve and embrace a new chapter in the fast-changing landscape of morning television. The decision to relocate was not made lightly. For decades, 7 Lincoln Square served as the heartbeat of live, but as the times change, so too must the platforms on which we share our stories. The new studio, located at 7 Hudson Square in the Walt Disney Company's new New York City headquarters, the Robert A. Iger Building, represents a modern, innovative space that is set to redefine what live television can be. This move is symbolic on many levels. It is a farewell to a place steeped in history and a celebration of progress and the future. It speaks to the resilience and adaptability of Kelly and Mark, two hosts who have grown alongside their show and are ready to embrace change while carrying the legacy of the past with them. The transition promises to be an exciting evolution, one that will undoubtedly create new traditions and memories while honoring the rich history of Live with Kelly and Mark. As the cameras stopped rolling on the final day at 7 Lincoln Square, the atmosphere was filled with nostalgia and heartfelt tributes. Stories of the early days, the legendary guests, and the unforgettable moments that defined the show flooded social media. For many fans, the studio is synonymous with the magic of live television, a place where iconic interviews were conducted, where laughter echoed through the hallways, and where every broadcast felt like a shared experience. Kelly Ripa herself reflected on how the studio allowed her to be both a full-time working woman and a full-time mother, something that was rare in an era when maternity leave was not a given. Her candid recollections of bringing her children to work, of having them visit the set, and of forming deep personal bonds with the people behind the scenes serve as a moving tribute to the space that shaped her life and career. For Mark Consuelos, the studio was also a place of personal transformation. He recalled a fateful day in 1996, before the two were married, when fate intervened on the live set and ultimately led to their reunion and subsequent marriage. "We had to be here," he recalled, "and that moment changed everything. It was in that very space that Mark and Kelly rediscovered each other, forged a bond that would last a lifetime, and built a family that has become a cornerstone of their identity. These memories are priceless. They remind us that behind every broadcast and every headline, there are real human stories. Stories of love, loss, growth, and the enduring power of family." As we bid farewell to 7 Lincoln Square, we do so with gratitude for the memories it holds and with hope for the new traditions that will be born in the next chapter of Live with Kelly and Mark. The departure from 7 Lincoln Square marks not only a personal milestone for Kelly and Mark, but also a significant moment for the entire landscape of daytime television. For 37 years, Live with Kelly and Mark was a staple of the Upper West Side, a cultural institution that evolved with the times and adapted to the ever-changing world of media. As the show prepares to move to its new downtown home at the Robert A. Iger building, it faces both challenges and opportunities. The new space promises state-of-the-art facilities, a modern aesthetic, and the chance to attract a new generation of viewers in an era dominated by digital media and streaming. But it also means leaving behind a legacy, a physical space where so many cherished moments were made. Industry insiders predict that this move will usher in a new era for the show, one that will balance nostalgia with innovation. While the memories of 7 Lincoln Square will always be cherished by longtime fans, the new studio is expected to bring fresh energy, creative possibilities, and a renewed commitment to delivering the kind of spontaneous, heartfelt live television that audiences crave. This transition is a testament to the enduring nature of Live with Kelly and Mark, a show that has remained relevant by evolving with the times while staying true to its core values of authenticity, warmth, and human connection. Throughout the years, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have always been open about the profound impact that the live studio has had on their lives, not only as television hosts, but as parents. Their children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, have grown up surrounded by the energy, excitement, and occasional chaos of live TV. They've been backstage, part of the crew, and even friends with some of the people who work on the show. For Kelly and Mark, the studio isn't just a workplace, it's a family hub, a place where memories are made and relationships are nurtured. In interviews, Mark has shared touching anecdotes about how their kids would come to visit the studio, how they form bonds with the crew, and how those relationships have become an integral part of who they are. Kelly echoed this sentiment, recalling how she used to bring her children along to every taping and how that experience allowed her to balance her demanding career with being a devoted mother. These personal revelations add a deeply emotional layer to tonight's farewell. They remind us that Live with Kelly and Mark has been more than just a television show. It has been a part of the family's identity, a place where life's most precious moments were celebrated in real time. And as the show moves on to its new location, these cherished memories will continue to live on in the hearts of everyone who has ever been a part of this incredible journey. As news of the final episode at 7 Lincoln Square spread, social media exploded with tributes, throwback photos, and heartfelt messages from fans across the nation. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook became a virtual memorial for the studio, a place where viewers, many of whom grew up watching Live with Kelly and Mark, shared their favorite moments and expressed their gratitude for the countless hours of joy, laughter, and inspiration. Hashtags like Live Forever, Our Kids Grew Up Here, and Thank You Lincoln Square began trending as fans reminisced about legendary interviews, unforgettable live moments, and the sense of community that the show fostered over nearly 4 decades. From selfies taken in the studio to nostalgic posts about memorable guests, the digital celebration was a powerful reminder of the studio's cultural impact. The outpouring of love on social media highlights just how deeply this studio is woven into the fabric of our lives. For many, it wasn't just a building, it was a symbol of the magic of live television, a constant presence in their morning routines, and a repository of cherished memories that they will carry with them forever. Live with Kelly and Mark has been a pioneer in the world of daytime television, continuously evolving to reflect the changing times while remaining steadfast in its commitment to authentic live interaction. From its early days with Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford to the current era with Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, the show has navigated countless transitions, shifts in audience demographics, and the rapid rise of digital media. This legacy of adaptability is one of the reasons why the farewell from 7 Lincoln Square is so poignant. It symbolizes both an end and a beginning, a moment when the show acknowledges its storied past while stepping boldly into the future. As it relocates to a new state-of-the-art studio at the Robert A. Iger building, the show is poised to redefine what live TV can be in an era where audiences demand both nostalgia and innovation. The transition also reflects broader changes in the media landscape. With the rise of streaming, social media, and on-demand content, traditional live television has had to reinvent itself to remain relevant. Live with Kelly and Mark has done so time and again, and this move is yet another chapter in a story of resilience and reinvention. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of live, unscripted television, a medium that, despite all the technological advances, remains a powerful connector of people and a vessel for real, raw emotion. While the final episode at 7 Lincoln Square marks the end of an era, it also sets the stage for an exciting new chapter. The show is moving to its new downtown home at 7 Hudson Square, part of the Walt Disney Company's new New York City headquarters, known as the Robert A. Iger Building. This state-of-the-art facility boasts multiple studios and represents a bold step forward in terms of technology, design, and overall production quality. For Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, this move is more than just a change of scenery. It's an opportunity to innovate, to bring fresh energy to the format, and to continue delivering the kind of live television that their loyal fans have come to love. While the studio at 7 Lincoln Square holds a special place in their hearts, the new location promises to open up a world of possibilities with enhanced capabilities for live production, interactive segments, and creative collaborations. The network's decision to move is also part of a larger trend among legacy shows as they adapt to the evolving demands of modern audiences. With competitors like Good Morning America already making the leap to new cutting-edge facilities, Live with Kelly and Mark's move signifies a commitment to staying ahead of the curve. It's a declaration that while the past is cherished, the future is even brighter, and that the spirit of live television will continue to thrive in new and unexpected ways. The connection that Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos share with the live studio is not just professional, it's deeply personal. For over 3 decades, this space has been the backdrop for the unfolding story of their lives as they bid farewell to 7 to Lincoln Square. They do so not only as hosts of a legendary show, but as parents whose children have grown up within those very walls. Mark Consuelos fondly recalls how their kids would visit the set, mingling with the crew and forming bonds with the people who made the magic of live television happen every day. "Our kids grew up here," he said with genuine warmth, highlighting how the studio was not merely a workplace, but a second home, a place filled with love, laughter, and countless memories. Kelly Ripa's reminiscences are equally touching. She recalls the early days when she had to juggle the demands of a full-time job and motherhood, often bringing her children along to the studio so they could share in the excitement of live TV. "They would go to all my children with me. They would come here with me," she said, emphasizing that the experiences shared in that building were foundational to who they are as a family. These personal stories remind us that behind every camera and every live broadcast, there are real lives, deep bonds, and heartfelt memories. The legacy of 7 Lincoln Square is as much about the people who worked there as it is about the show itself. As we celebrate this farewell, we honor the human side of Live with Kelly and Mark, a side defined by love, resilience, and the enduring power of family. For decades, Live with Kelly and Mark has been a cultural institution, a staple of morning television that has entertained, informed, and connected millions of viewers. The studio at 7 Lincoln Square isn't just a physical space. It's a symbol of a bygone era when live television was a shared experience, a daily ritual that brought families together. As we say goodbye to this iconic location, it's important to recognize the profound impact that Live has had on pop culture. From its memorable interviews and on-air antics to its role in shaping the careers of its hosts, the show has left an indelible mark on the landscape of American television. It has provided a platform for celebrities, a launchpad for careers, and a home for countless stories. Stories that have become part of our collective cultural memory. This farewell is a moment of reflection, a time to look back on the countless moments of laughter, tears, and unfiltered joy that the studio witnessed. It is a celebration of what Live represented: spontaneity, authenticity, and the power of real human connection in an increasingly digital world. And as the show moves into its new home, it carries forward that legacy, ready to adapt and evolve, while never losing sight of the values that made it so beloved. While today we mourn the end of an era, we also eagerly anticipate the dawn of a new chapter. The move to the new downtown studio at the Robert A. Iger building represents a bold, forward-thinking step that promises to elevate the show to new heights. With cutting-edge technology, enhanced production capabilities, and a modern, dynamic setting, the next phase of Live with Kelly and Mark is set to capture the imagination of a new generation of viewers while staying true to its roots. Both Kelly and Mark are excited about this transition. In recent interviews, they expressed optimism and gratitude for the opportunities that the new space will bring. They acknowledge that while saying goodbye to 7 Lincoln Square is bittersweet, the future is filled with promise. A promise of continued innovation, fresh energy, and the enduring magic of live television. This move isn't just about changing locations, it's about evolving with the times while honoring the past. It symbolizes a commitment to growth, to embracing new ideas, and to ensuring that the spirit of Live remains vibrant and relevant in a rapidly changing media landscape. The transition of Live with Kelly and Mark is also a significant move for the network. As one of the last remaining ABC shows to move into the newly constructed 7 Hudson Square, the Walt Disney Company's new New York City headquarters, it signals a broader shift in the industry. The new space, known as the Robert A. Iger Building, is already home to other major shows like The View and the Tamron Hall Show, and it represents a new era of state-of-the-art live production. Network executives are excited about the potential of the new facility, which promises not only enhanced technical capabilities, but also a fresh, modern aesthetic that will help attract a younger, more dynamic audience. The move is expected to reinvigorate the show, offering new opportunities for creative segments, innovative on-air interactions, and an overall enhanced viewer experience. This strategic decision is part of a larger trend within the industry to modernize legacy shows, ensuring that they remain competitive and engaging in a digital age. It's a reminder that while the heart of a show may remain the same, the environment in which it is produced must evolve to meet the changing demands of modern audiences. As we near the end of our tribute tonight, it's time to reflect on the lasting legacy of 7 Lincoln Square. For 37 years, this iconic studio was the heart and soul of Live with Kelly and Mark, witnessing countless moments of brilliance, laughter, tears, and unforgettable television magic. It's a place that holds a special place in the hearts of not only Kelly, Mark, and their families, but also in the memories of millions of viewers who tuned in every morning for their daily dose of live entertainment. The studio was a home away from home, a place where friendships were forged, careers were launched, and family bonds were strengthened. It is here that Kelly and Mark built a legacy that transcends television. It is a testament to the power of live TV to bring people together, to share in the joys of everyday life, and to create moments that become part of our collective memory. We say farewell to this cherished location. We do so with gratitude and a profound sense of nostalgia. The memories created within those 4 walls will live on forever, etched in the annals of television history. And though the show is moving to a new, modern facility, the spirit of 7 Lincoln Square will always remain, a symbol of a time when live TV was raw, real, and filled with heart. During the final episode at 7 Lincoln Square, the emotions on stage were palpable. In a series of candid moments, Kelly, Ripa, and Mark Consuelos shared tearful goodbyes with the staff, reminisced about their early days on the show, and even spoke about the personal significance of the space. It was a night of heartfelt farewells, a time when every hug, every tear, and every shared memory underscored the deep bond that the entire Live family has formed over the years. Kelly recalled how her children were an integral part of the studio, visiting on set and even forging bonds with the crew. Mark spoke of the studio as a family haven where close friends and colleagues became like extended family. These intimate moments, filled with genuine emotion and vulnerability, reminded us all that behind every glamorous broadcast lies a tapestry of real human connections. As the final credits rolled and the studio lights dimmed for the last time, at 7 Lincoln Square, a wave of nostalgia swept over the entire team. It was a moment of profound transition, a final bow for a place that has given so much to everyone who has walked its halls. And while the pain of goodbye is undeniable, it is also tempered by the excitement of new beginnings and the promise of continued innovation in a new home. No farewell is complete without the voices of the community, and social media has been awash with tributes to the legacy of 7 Lincoln Square. Fans have shared their favorite memories, heartfelt messages, and nostalgic photos recounting how the studio was part of their daily lives. Hashtags like Knox Our Kids Grew Up Here, in Thank You Lincoln Square, and Live Forever have trended as viewers from across the country pay homage to a beloved institution. The outpouring of love on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook is a testament to the lasting impact that Live with Kelly and Mark has had on our culture. Whether it was a particularly memorable interview, a behind-the-scenes moment, or simply the comforting routine of morning live TV, the memories forged in that studio are cherished by millions. Fans, former employees, and even guest stars have all come together to celebrate the legacy of the studio, a legacy that will undoubtedly continue to influence the future of live television. And now, as we reach the end of tonight's emotional and in-depth exploration of the farewell to 7 Lincoln Square, it's time to say goodbye, but not really, because every ending is simply a new beginning. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have shared with us decades of memories, laughter, tears, and moments that have shaped not only their lives, but the lives of millions of fans across the nation. Their story is one of resilience, authenticity, and the enduring power of family. And as they move to their new downtown home, that legacy will only grow stronger. Before we sign off, I want to hear from you. What are your favorite memories from Live with Kelly and Mark at 7 Lincoln Square? How do you feel about the studio's legacy and the exciting new chapter that lies ahead? Leave your thoughts, your memories, and your heartfelt tributes in the comments below. Your voices are what make this community so special. If you enjoyed tonight's comprehensive deep dive, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another exclusive update from the world of entertainment and celebrity news. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey down memory lane. Remember, while we may say goodbye to a cherished chapter of our history, the spirit of Live with Kelly and Mark will continue to shine in every laugh, every tear, and every unforgettable moment they create in their new home. Good night, stay inspired, and until next time, this is Alex Rivers signing off.